The following story is a fictionalized narrative inspired by real events. It is told from the imagined perspective of a person accused or convicted of a crime. This is not a factual account and does not represent the actual thoughts or experiences of any individual. Viewer discretion is advised. It was a Tuesday, July 29, 1969. San Francisco heat sat heavy on the windowsills, thick with the smell of hot newspaper ink and bus exhaust. The station's ceiling fan clicked like a metronome above my desk. Slow, steady. I remember the sound of a gum snap from the secretary down the hall and the faint hiss of coffee sputtering its last in the break room. The city didn't know it yet, but something had just arrived. Something jagged, something old as sin and just as patient. The envelope was cream-colored, ordinary. That was the first thing that struck me. Like it should have been a gas bill or a PTA flyer. But the handwriting, that was what made me stop mid-reach. Black ink, all caps, stiff, deliberate. No return address, just San Francisco Chronicle. My thumb hesitated on the flap. It was sealed too cleanly. I slid it open with my letter knife. A precise, surgical movement. No reason to be afraid, I told myself. Letters don't bite. Inside, 3 pages. Xeroxed, crisp, and that symbol, a circle with a cross through it, like a gun sight. My eyes held there too long. Not confusion, not yet, just a kind of static in the back of my skull. I read it once, then again, slower the second time. This is the Zodiac speaking. The air left my lungs in a shallow hiss, not a gasp, just enough that I felt it, like an animal catching the scent of something not right. My fingers left sweat marks on the page. He laid it out plainly. December, Vallejo, July 4th. 2 attacks. Claim them like trophies. Details he shouldn't have known unless he was there. Or he'd done it. And then the cipher. Lines of symbols and shapes like an alien language. Like a game. I remember the clink of my coffee cup on the desk when I set it down. Cold, untouched. My stomach turned in on itself like wet laundry in a wringer. Outside, the city kept humming. Streetcars, seagulls, someone yelling about parking. Inside, time stretched like rubber pulled too far. I looked up and everything was different. The walls felt thinner, my chair too low. The light from the window too bright on the page. The edges of the letter blurred for a second, not with tears. No, just the sharp sting of focus breaking. I called for Sergeant Wilkins. My voice didn't crack, but it was close. When he stepped in, I handed him the top page and watched his expression stutter. He said nothing at first, just ran his finger under the first line like it was Braille. Then, Jesus. The Chronicle confirmed they'd gotten one too. So had the Examiner. 3 identical letters timed like clockwork. He wanted attention. He wanted us to see him, not just know what he'd done, but feel it. Be inside it with him. We photocopied, we bagged, we cataloged. Procedure wrapped around the moment like gauze around a gunshot. But none of it made the bleeding stop. I stayed late that night. Everyone else gone home, the letter locked up in evidence. But it wouldn't let go. I could still see it in my mind. Those stilted letters, the strange rhythm of the cipher. It had a voice, even without sound. My desk lamp buzzed. My cigarette burned low, ash curling toward the paper like a warning. What kind of man writes that way? What kind of mind reaches for ritual when it kills? I remember wondering, not what he looked like. That didn't matter. It was how he moved, how he waited. The patience of someone who doesn't just want to destroy, but to haunt. The next morning I dreamt of the letter before I opened my eyes. Dreamt of the circle cross symbol drawn in blood on my bedroom wall. Woke up sweating, heart jackhammering in my chest. We were chasing smoke. He knew it. He liked it. This wasn't a man rushing toward confession. This was someone who intended to stretch it out, like a wire pulled tight between 2 teeth. That first letter changed everything. It wasn't just the words, it was the fact that he wanted to talk, and he knew we'd have no choice but to listen.